Hi guys, I'm Cole from the Two Traders. This section of our course is going to be based on risk management. We're going to look at risk to reward, how to use it properly to trade correctly and make money in the market. Okay, so risk to reward, what does it mean? If none of you, if you don't know what it is, basically if you're risking £100, you want your rewards to be greater than £100 profit. So you don't want to trade anything that's less than 1-to-1 risk to reward. Ideally, you want to be looking at 1.4 above. Okay, so you're getting more reward back for your risk. Also, what you need to think about as well is how much you're risking of your account. Now, if you've got, say, a £1,000 account, really your maximum risk per trade should be £30 per trade, 3% of that equity. Now, I like to trade at a 1% risk. The benefits of this can be your drawdown is going to be less. So if I'm trading with, say I was trading with a £1,000 account and I'm trading with £10, that's a 1%. But when I have a losing period, which you will have, if you're trading with 3%, your losses are going to be 3 times bigger than my losses. But your rewards will also be 3 times bigger than my rewards. The problem that you get is a drawdown, a bigger loss will affect you more mentally than a smaller loss. So I always find a smaller loss is a lot easier to come back from. So if I lose, for instance, if I have 10 trades and lose 10 trades in a row, I'm only at 10% drawdown. It's not a big deal to me. It happens. I'm used to it. Drawdowns are part of the game. You can't win every trade. However, if you're new to trading and you're risking 3%, your drawdown after 10 losses is going to be 30% of your account. Now, I know other people that have come to the Two Traders that have actually been risking 5s and 10%. So if you look at someone that's risking 10%, they lose 10 in a row, that's game over. They've lost their money. You cannot make money risking 10%. 5% at a push, that I couldn't even, personally, I couldn't do 5%. Like I say, I've lost 10 trades in the past. I've lost 13 trades in a row. Yeah, if you're looking at that, a 65% loss on someone with a 5% risk. For me, it's 15%. Who's going to come back from that easier? Okay, it's going to be myself. So it's really important to take that on board, that you are going to lose trades and you need to make a plan in place to minimise your losses. And to also minimise the psychological damage to yourself and your trading, because it will cause some damage to you if you take some big losses. Okay, try and keep them losses as low as possible. So let's go in and have a look at some examples of risk to reward. Now, let's have a look here. I want to show you. I don't want to just show you good risk to reward. I want to show you some bad examples as well, because the bad examples will show you not to get into a trade, hopefully, and the good examples will hopefully just show you how you should be managing your money as well. Right, let's have a look. So this is the copper chart, and I'm using TradingView for this example, and I've got it on chart replay as well. So we're going to go through the chart as it plays out and try and pick some trades out. Now, like I say, I've lost 13 trades in a row before. That happens. I could play through this, I could lose trades, I could win trades. What you will notice is I'll be consistent and I will be looking for good reward, and I will not take a trade if it's bad reward. So, for example, I could lose one trade, win one trade, and I'll be in profit. Okay. A bad example of risk reward is if you win one trade and you lose one trade and you win a loss. That's an example. What we'll also look at is price action as well as we go along, and how we can use price action to get into trades. So let's play this out and see where we go with this. Just going to stop there because I can see here we've got a range going on as such. So let's mark this out here. I'm going to ignore this section here because I believe this one here is your resistance level, and not so much here. This one here, we've got plenty of touches, and we had a fake out and we come back in. So we're going to use that level. And it's important to start to learn how to place your support and resistance levels, because you don't just want to be placing them just at the top, because there's going to be something in between. Okay, we'll put that on there and just see what happens when we get to that level, and we'll find out if this is a real level, if that's a real level. Okay, nothing yet. Oh, right, we've broken through the level I first marked as a resistance level. What are we seeing in this market then? What stands out to me? So what stands out is we've come out of this this channel down, okay, and we've started to create higher lows and higher highs. So that is a sign of an uptrend, okay? So when we was coming down, we had these lows here, and there wasn't too much between them, okay? And then especially here, this was kind of the end. So we do have an option here to go long. I'm not going to use this as a marker for my next level. What I'm going to do actually is pull out the chart, and I'm going to use this level as a marker, because I believe that's going to be the first reaction point. So what we're seeing in the market, we're seeing these higher highs, higher lows. We could put our stop loss below here. We could put our stop loss just inside. Be safe. I'm just going to go just below here. Okay, moving averages all pointing up. So risk to reward, 3.64 risk to reward is what I'm aiming for. Oh, look, that one shot off actually. That was you'd be loving that trade if that happens to you. If you put that trade on, it doesn't happen often, and you've just moved that much in 2 days. That you've done well. Okay, what we're seeing there, we're definitely seeing some sellers step in. We've still got some buyers though. Right, okay, so we're at target area. Now, would I take this money out? Let's have a look. I certainly wouldn't put a take profit down. For everyone that knows me, that's been with us for 3 years, a few reasons I don't use take profit. If we had used, for example, this level here, this is the one I said wasn't a resistance area, and we can see why, because this was it. But if we had used this one, how sick would we feel if we automatically closed our trades here? But this is a big sign that the market was continuing up. So we would have risked 100 and made £104 profit, but actually I've now risked 100, but I've made £360 profit. Okay, so now I've still got I've got £460. That's what I started the trade with before, and that's what I've got in my pocket. Okay, £460 rather than the 200 if I had just set a take profit. Would I exit this trade? Potentially, yes. Why? Because we've definitely seen them sellers from before, and we know that was a strong selling point. But we could have a look. We could let that play a little bit more. There we go. We haven't taken out this low. We've still got some buyers in there, but we know there's sellers from before. So the chances are I would look at taking profit here. Might let one position run on just for a couple of days to see where it ends up. Yeah, now that's it. That's the end of it. What this candle here is, this is the final one. It come down, had a final push up, and the sellers now are like, yep, we've got our price. Let's push this market. Let's try and push this market down is what they'd be thinking. Okay, so it has continued up. Absolutely fine. We were out. We've got our profit. Don't get too greedy. This market will come back down. I'm pretty sure of it. We can see there's a strong level over here. It's just a matter of time. So we haven't. One thing you're not going to get is you're not going to catch a full move. Let's put this back on so we can see where we got in. We got in at this level. Stop loss here, and we got out. We could get out around this level here. So yeah, let's go with 4 to 1 risk reward. Even if we come down to here at 3 to 1 risk reward, that's absolutely fine. 3 to 1. So you're getting £300 for your £100 risk. If you'd let one position run, fine, you're going to get a nice risk reward on that. But you do have to take into account that we did have a strong level over here. This market will want to come down, and let's try and spot when it's going to come down. Personally, I thought here was the final push, and then the sellers start to step in. So there are some sellers there. Oh, now there we go. So even if we'd let that position run on, we wouldn't. It was very unlikely that we'd have got taken our profit out here, because there's nothing to say here that that was definitely going to reverse. But when it did reverse, it wiped out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 candles wiped out. So at the end of the day, if we got in there, yeah, 3.41 risk to reward, and if we had left the position running, we'd have got 5.32. So one good trade in the bag so far. Here we go, coming back down. There's them sellers stepping in. How could we enter this market now? Well, we've seen lower high, and we've broken through lower low. Where are we going to look at? Maybe a support level. Well, this level here could act as support. Let's wipe this one off because I don't believe that one's a support level. So if you really wanted to, you could maybe look at a short position here, placing your stop loss just above this level, and you're aiming for this area. Okay, what's wrong with this trade? What sticks out to me, what's wrong with the trade, is that's a 0.91 risk reward. So if I risk £100, I'm only getting £91 profit. I don't take that trade. It's not good enough. Even if it pushes down, I don't care if it pushes down. It's not good enough. I've got no edge, and we'd have been stopped out here anyway. So that's a good sign that we didn't take that trade. There we go, and it's pushed up. What's it doing? Do I want to take a trade here? So we've now got a higher low. Do I really want to take that trade again? Not really, no, because that's not going to be a good enough risk to reward. Chances are sellers will step in at some point again when we hit up these levels. There we go. I'm going to pull this one off because this isn't a real strong, that's not going to be a strong area. What's happening now is higher lows, lower low. Okay, can we take a short on there? Of course we can take a short on there. Let's have a look and see what comes of it. So if we could set it below here. Okay, so we catch any momentum if it does come down, and we can go for a 1.62 risk to reward, 1.58. There we go. Stopped out that one. So we've had one win, we've had one loss. The first win was 350 profit, so we've now got £250 profit. So I'll write that one down just in case I forget. £250 profit. Still not ready to take this trade yet. Not until I see a little bit more. That's too much. Not going to fit risk reward. If we pull back up, well, taking out that high. Do we want to take this here? We know there's strong sellers. Not just yet, no. It's trying to go higher, but it's not quite happening for it. A lot of sellers stepping in there as well. Look at them candles. Look at them wicks on the top end. Okay, so now we've got. We can wipe this out. This isn't really acting as much. We can wipe that one out, and we can put on this one here. Okay, so now we've got an option to go short, just below here. Stop loss just below, just above here. Oh, moving that. And let's aim for. I'm going to just adjust this now to this area. 1.83 risk to reward, absolutely fine, perfect. So we had £250 profit. Let's let this run out and see where it wants to go. Hopefully it'll go down. Okay, so we're struggling, but we've still not taken out a stop loss. But we are entering a sideways move. So we could look at taking it out on this bit, or we could leave it. It's entirely up to you. That's the thing. There's no magic crystal ball and telling you what you should and shouldn't do. Personally, what would I do? Would I enter this trade waiting for it to come down to here? So I'm gonna be waiting. I'm gonna wait on for that. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it and see if we come down. Oh, there we go. We've touched off it. Perfect. So would we exit this trade? Personally, I would take some profit on that trade, especially after this candle. It's not got so much momentum, but I'll take a bit of profit and I'll probably leave a little bit on just to see where we go. Yeah, I'd pull that out now. That would be out there. I'd be out on that as soon as we start to make that higher low there. I'd be out of that trade, so that's fine. So now we've got £200 profit on that one. So let's change that. 450. So this is risking a 1% account. If you're risking 3%, then brilliant, you're in £1,350 profit. But for me, if I go into a loss, I can now lose 4 trades, and it's not going to affect me too much. Imagine if you lose 4 trades and it wipes out your £1,000 profit. It's going to affect you a little bit more, isn't it? Let's look for our next opportunity then. So, yeah, we've got a strong support level here. We've definitely got a support level here. Look how it comes down. Look how price reacts to this support level. Resistance level. Is this that strong? It does have previous sellers. Price hasn't really done what it done here. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's pull this on and see. There's no opportunities there. Right now, there's no opportunities at all for me. We're going into a sideways market. Okay, there we go. We could whack on a support. We can whack on a resistance. Do we want to enter that? We've got this level here. It's gone through it, but we're being mindful of this level. Okay. If it had smashed through, then you could look for buys, but it hasn't smashed through it. So we do have to be mindful. Still nothing on. Yeah, the market's moving. Yep, but nothing there for us yet. So far we've had 3 trades, I think it is, and 2 wins. Yeah, 2 wins and 1 loss. £450 profit. Now, what we've got to think about is, yeah, we've only taken 3 trades in a matter of how long have we taken these trades over? 2017. So let's well, about a year. So let's say a year. That's a year's worth of work. So we've made 450 on this. Look how many other markets there are that you can apply these techniques to. Yeah. So just because there's not opportunities, and that's why you can be patient. You can wait for these opportunities to come to you, because you're not trading just that one market. You're trading a few. So I can mark up certain levels and just wait for things to happen that I want to happen. Right, we did have an opportunity there, but I've missed that one, so we'll leave that. We broke through here. Chances are it'll go down. There we go. Down. There we go. Hitting off of this is where we initially started. So what we now have is big money guys from here. Are they going to now step in for their discounted buys? They are. See if they can sustain it, or if they've taken their money and run. Are they still filling their positions? Maybe. No, nothing for me just yet. Okay. We've got this low, but we've got a higher high here. So okay, we'll stay out that one. Let's let the market decide what it wants to do. I'm creating a double bottom there. Still nothing. All big, strong buys there. Picking up. Are they going to push this market up? Comes down. Can we now start looking for maybe a buy around this level? Let's have a look. See if I can find an entry. There we go. suddenly spikes down up to this level. Stop loss just below here. 2.84 risk to reward. Let's see how we play out. How much profit were we in? I think it was 450, wasn't it? Let's see. Let's hope. Hopefully we don't lose. Right, going sideways now. It's playing like it did before. Got to be careful. Let's watch what we're doing. So we can see there's an even amount now of buyers and sellers in this market. Okay, stopped out. £350 profit. 2 wins, 2 losses. See what we're on now. 50%. 50% win rate. See, these guys are still about because the price hasn't taken them out yet. Yeah, they're sitting down here. They're still there. They're still there. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Let's play this one out and see what we get. Okay, looks like we've got this level here to look out for, so I'm going to put that on because price has come away from that nicely a few times now. Haven't taken out here. Let's mark that one on as well. Top of the range. Looks like we're going to push this one down again. There we go. Push that one down. We've now got this area here. So yeah, there is potential now to maybe look at placing a short just below here, inside stop loss. The area that we'd maybe look for is down to here, 7 to 1 risk to reward. Let's go a little bit wider, a little bit safer on that. Now this will only get taken if we come down into this area. The reason I've taken that is because we can see a lot of selling pressure at the top, and we've got these selling guys here now stepping into it. Okay. So this trade isn't open just yet. We've still not got this trade open. We could cancel this trade out if we want, or we can still wait for it to come back into here. Because we know there's sellers. We know the sellers are there. We can see that. We can see this price is not wanting to go up. What were we in? £350 profit, weren't we? So we can adjust the stop loss now because the market has changed slightly, but we can still keep that sell order just below here. So we've changed our risk to reward, but it's still good. Oh, there we go. We're in the trade now. We're in the trade. Nice movements down. Come on, let's take this. Let's get this. Let's get this. Okay, we're slowing down on the trend. Take the money. Take the money. 1.94 risk to reward. Now, why did I do that? Because we can see this trend coming down, and then it's suddenly just flattened out. There's a chance that we could come back down, but my moving averages are going back. So we're taking £200 profit out of that market. So we're back up now to, was it 550, I believe? Let's mark on 550. Yeah, I think we've done the right thing there. Let's see what happens. Nothing just yet. Let's wait and see. Let's let this play out a little bit. Okay, we've come back down, but the risk to reward there, from there to there, I can't fit risk to reward in there. It's not going to work. So we'll wait and see what happens. playing between the lines. So let's have a look and just double check these supports and resistance are still good enough. Okay, this one here, yeah, we can keep that one, we can keep that one, we can keep that, and we can keep them ones as well. Still absolutely fine. Let's let this run out. Let's be patient about waiting for what move we want. We've got that £550 profit. Let's see where we find our next position. We need to wait for a break here. We need a break somewhere. Top or bottom? Top. There we go. We've got top. Where's the resistance level, support level? This one here is acting as the first initial one. So we're through that. Let's so we could potentially enter a long position just above here and look at this area here with a stop loss just inside. Okay, we go just inside. We go a little bit deeper if we want. Go for a 2 to 1. Let's go for a 2 to 1 risk reward on here. 550, £100 risk. Let's see where we go. Stop. There we go. Would I get out of this move? Yeah, there's a chance because going back into this area here, there was strong selling. I think there's going to be strong selling. Look at this large candle, price action candle here. Just like we had here, strong push out. That's why we took that position. Strong push down is why you could sell. So yeah, that's a good one. Let's get out of this move now. Let's go straight out of that with 2 to 1 risk to reward. Let's just say 750. It's a little bit more. We'd be on more than 750, but let's go just for easiness. 750. Right thing to get out there, I think. See that trend slowed down. It would come up sharp. And then we've seen loads of little candles selling, and we are at that previous level. So let's have a look and see where we can now get into another position. Yeah, it's popped back up. It's popped up a little bit, but I'm not bothered about that. Oh, what's happening now? What's this telling us? So this is telling us. I've just gone a bit too quick there. When you see something like this, strong selling, I personally would probably be looking at selling around here. I wouldn't get in here because I think after these 3 candles you could sell, but we've missed that, so let's leave that out because I don't want to confuse things. But that's normally a sign of a big move down. There'd be other opportunities to get into this, so don't worry too much on that if you miss something like that. Okay, so now what I'm still seeing is strong push down. Look at this lovely candle down here as well. That is a continuation candle. It's having a little correction. Yeah, it's just pulling back, just making sure them buyers are still there, just trying to sell to them buyers. There we go. Okay, so we're now touching down at this level here. I just want to see what happens. There we go. Okay, so what we're going to have to do here, because we've come through here and we've come through quite nicely, big strong sellers. Okay, we've now got a lot of people buying. Yeah, we've got all these guys that have bought stop losses. Yeah, they're going to get touched. This is looking like it's a level where price hasn't been for a long time. Okay, so now really we've got to look down to here. We've got to look at these levels now. That's our next level. So let's go straight in with this. Short position just below the close. Stop loss just inside. First target, second target. Oh, it stops us out. Been stopped out. So we are now on 650. But I'm not giving up on this move. I'm not giving up on this. I know there's opportunities here. So I'm going to go real tight with a stop loss there. First target. Second target. 2 to 1. First target. Ah, lovely jubbly. There we go. Brilliant. Okay, so again, why don't we set a take profit? Because there we go. 576. We would not have taken profit here. Why wouldn't we have taken profit? Look how it's gone through there. There's no need to. So our take profit 100% has to be here. Yeah, you'd have in this day you'd have seen what was going on. You can see the build of, you can see the volume there. You can see the buyer stepping back in. So we're going to go with 5. Let's say we got out a little bit higher. Let's go with 5 to 1 risk reward. There we go. Let's 1,000. Look at that. 1,050. There's certainly an opportunity now that buyers could be on the cards. What do we have to wait for though? Well, this move was quite a big move, big fast move down. Yeah, it's come from a long distance. We do have to be careful because this, although it's definitely a buy-in signal, but we need to look at what's happened on the way down. It's come down fast and hard. So imagine a car coming along the road and you trying to stop it. Yeah, if it's coming along at 5 miles an hour and you start pushing against it, you slow it down. If it's coming down at 100 miles an hour, it's just going to knock you out of the way. Yeah, potentially. So I think this could play around a little bit without, before it just goes back up. Right, okay, now we've definitely got a buy on the cards. Sorry, I should have got that a bit earlier, but that's fine. We could enter a long position now, just above here, stop loss just below here, and we could look at aiming up. Okay, so it's still decent. It's come back down, picked up some more buys, fine. Oh, we're edging our way there, we're edging there, we're getting there, there we go. There we go, we're there. So yeah, 1.55 risk rewards. We've got another £150 on there, so that's one. There we go. So since trading this, £1,200 profit. And I'd probably look at pulling out that trade anyway, so that's fine. Oh, we're up to today's state, perfect. Well, that's just in time then. We've finished that webinar there. £1,200 profit. You might go, well, that was over the course of, what did we look at? What was the chart times at 2017? So 3 years, £1,200 profit. That's just on that chart. We've got all of these charts to work off of. Yeah, and this is just using £100. So this is off a £10,000 account. If you're risking, if you've got a £100,000 account, that's £12,000 in 3 years, just off that one market. Imagine 12,000 off of all of these markets. Yeah, because some of these markets will, you're going to get better risk to reward. For example, some of the corn and cocoa trades I've had recently, and cotton trades. Let me find a cotton trade that I took recently. Let's look at this one here. Oh. Let's look at this chart. So for this example, this is a sell signal, okay? Because we've broken through this level. Nice. We've come through it. It's going to go through it again. Chances are, okay? So on this example, short position, you could end up just nice up here, stop loss just above, and your target's not going to be here, okay? Your initial target's going to be this level here, but the way it continues through, you're going to end up getting out this trade at this level. So 6 to 1 risk to reward, okay? There's some really good examples of trades you can get elsewhere that are going to beat that copper chart that I showed you. Again, cocoa, a good example of a trade I took in cocoa recently was here. I took a short position around about here, stop loss just above because the trend was down, got on a pullback, and got out of the position about here. So 4 to 1 risk reward. So It's all about the risk reward side, guys. I really hope you've learned something from this, not just the risk to reward side, but actually how to enter the trade, looking at the price action, looking at what the candles are doing, look at what the volume's doing as well. I didn't mention too much on volume. I was just concentrating on the candles on this session. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed that, guys. Thanks a lot.